Hello and welcome to the Real Talk and Banter podcast, the movie podcast where we discuss and review films that are at least a decade old. I'm Amari Williams.
And I'm Jay Richardson.
And today we are discussing To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
You're waiting for me to say something fabulous, or
I don't know. Okay, all right. Well, hey, listen.
Okay.
So this was your selection, right? And
Yes.
I had never heard of this movie.
Yes.
Knew nothing about it, and it was quite the experience for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Quite the experience. This
All right.
Tell me about your background with this movie. It's one you love, correct? That's what you said?
Yeah. This is one that I watched quite often as a child. I don't know why I loved it, but yeah, I always thought it was like nice and cute and kind of like, oh, and yeah, I still liked it a lot.
Okay. When was the last time you watched it?
Ooh, good one. That's a great question. Yeah, I'm not within the last 10 years, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
So let's talk about it. That's why we're here, right?
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it.
So we have To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything. I just leave it there. I always forget the Julie Newmar part, but yeah.
It's a random ass title. I don't know that title.
I know, it's very long.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's a comedy following three drag queens driving across America and a bright yellow Cadillac. Why the Cadillac?
67 DeVille.
So this movie came out in 1995, a time when Hollywood pretty much wasn't really talking about drag culture in a mainstream film. But somehow this movie was able to get three major stars, or at least two at that point, and then a third one eventually. Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo. I'm so sorry, John. I like you for real.
Damn.
John Leguizamo. Who pretty much are always playing tough guys or action heroes at this point, and now they are dressed in drag and very comfortably as well. So tonight we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about whether this movie was ahead of its time, we feel like it represents drag culture, and why it become a cult classic nearly 30 years later. So let's do it.
Okay.
A little extra facts, some quick facts. So director was B-Ban Kidron, which I didn't get a lot of details about that person, so I'm not really sure what they did after this, but B-Ban Kidron took that on.
She was pregnant during filming. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
No, she was. She hid her pregnancy because she didn't want to get denied the opportunity to direct, because Spielberg's company were the production companies who had it, and when she finally revealed her baby bump, they're like, "Well, you're a fucking liability." But I mean, come on, but they kept her on. I think Spielberg told her that if the baby's coming, you need to stop. I'll step in and take over. To which she joked, she doesn't know why someone didn't push her down the stairs so that this movie could have been directed by Spielberg instead. I was like, did I read that correctly? And then
she was really passionate about it.
I guess she went into labor as the movie wrapped, which was funny. So yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know about a liability. Pregnant women can work. It's not like she was jumping off a building. She was pretty much sitting in that chair. And,
I guess it depends on how much traveling they were doing or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, this is the 90s too. Were they really tied to these OSHA regulations? It could have just been the set was dangerous. I don't know.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying.
All right.
They were shooting on
fine.
locations. They weren't in a fucking,
Yeah, they were
Kind
shooting on locations. Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She was definitely in danger the whole time. So yeah, keep her wrapped up in a bubble. Anyway, the budget for this movie was $30 million. I mean, with those three major stars there, that kind of makes sense. Box office worldwide, it made 47.8 million. So not really knocking it out of the park. It still made its money back at the very least,
Just
but
about.
not really knocking it out of the park.
Mm.
Fun fact, it actually did stay at number one for 2 weeks
I
when it
saw
first
that.
came out.
Yeah.
So, pretty wild considering the subject matter in the mid
No,
90s,
that
not
was
something you normally
impressive.
do.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Um, all right, so going into the main actors here, like I said, we have Patrick Swayze, who's playing Vida Bomi. She's kind of
Bohem?
like the Bohem. I'm sorry. They said Bomi?
You said
Bomi. I feel like
Boheme?
Bomi works. It's
Ah,
Boheme. Bomi.
it's what? It's
It's
Bohem.
okay. It could be Bomi or Bohem. Fine Bohem.
I
It is
guess,
Bohem. It is
but
Bohem.
it's.
It is
I mean,
Bohem.
I know what it is. I wasn't like asking you what it is, but okay, all
Anyway,
right.
so Vita Bomi is here. No, Vita Bohem. Listen, if you haven't noticed by now, listeners, I'm terrible with names. It's
It's not
just
your
whatever
thing.
comes out is
Yep.
just like, yo, so sorry.
Yep.
Uh, Vida Bohem here is Patrick Swayze, kind of like the classic lady kind of mentor figure. She's a lady's playing when she's getting ready, whatever. Then you go over to Noxeema Jackson, who
Yeah.
just had quips throughout the entire movie. I was like, damn, did she say that?
Jesse's child.
uh,
She dropped that
so
line. I was like, what the
yeah,
fuck? Which today's his funeral too, which is crazy.
she did. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That
yeah.
is crazy. That is crazy. Which was played by Wesley Snipes. He was sharp, funny, kind of bold personality, a lot of attitude, but a lot of humor. And then you have Chichi Rodriguez, played by John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. There we go. Kind of.
That's what you said.
I'm like John Leguizamo. They're like, who the fuck? He's or she. I'm sorry, she's called a boy in a dress at this point. She's the youngest, least experienced. Kind of wants to prove that she belongs to drag culture. So we got three different personalities here. They're kind of balancing each other. Noxeema and Vida are taking Chi-Chi under their wing to essentially teach her how to be a drag queen with these absolutely made up rules of
Yeah.
what it takes to be a drag queen. So we start on the beginning with a opening shot of Patrick Swayze as he's known. Chiseled chest, strong jawline, looking very handsome as he normally does. And then within seconds, Patrick Swayze disappears and immediately Vida is introduced. So since this was your first time seeing this movie, how is that opening scene for you? What did you get that from there?
It was uncomfortable. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, right?
Yeah?
No,
Okay.
so I'm gonna ask for some grace, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for some grace as we discuss this, but also some assistance, right? I am going to be honest about how I feel about things, I am going to be thoughtful as well, but I'm also going to be vulnerable, all right? That's
All
all I'm
right.
going to say as we talk about it. So, as the movie started and watching Swayze and Wesley Snipes, man, like put on the makeup. What laid me out is when Noxeema was laid on the bed and did the giggle, kick the legs thing. I was like, Wesley, man, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
Wesley was in it.
I was
Wesley
like,
was in
dog.
it. He was in character.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? So immediately, I got nervous. I got very nervous. I'm still probably a little nervous for this episode, right? I don't want to come off as insensitive or whatever, or closed-minded, but I can acknowledge that my mind may not be as open as I like to think it is, because that first
Ooh.
scene, I was like, I think I'm gonna have a tough time with this movie. That was my first initial instinct, reaction
Okay.
in that opening
Okay.
scene. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Spoiler: I do not keep the same train of thought as the movie goes on. But early on, I was like, this is, whoa, what's happening? So yeah.
No, I think it was a hell of a. I don't know. First of all, I don't know how they convinced these three dudes to do this.
Well,
Um,
that's the thing too, though, is guys were knocking people over to take this role on, like to be in this movie.
right,
There was
right.
so many for the Vida role. There were so many notable popular actors that wanted this role, and that was very interesting to me. I didn't find that until after I watched the movie, but that was very interesting to me, just because I'm like, did somebody lose a bet, or did somebody
Not supposed to
was
bet.
it like contract shenanigans or whatever? And no, these guys genuinely wanted to do this, and
I
they
didn't look it up. Who else was in the running for Vida?
okay, so some of the actors for Vida included Robert Downey Jr.,
Hmm.
William Baldwin, Gary Oldman, Matthew Broderick, James Spader,
Oh
John
Jesus, Matthew.
Cusack. I can see Spader doing this. Spader's a weirdo. Like, I mean that like in the best way possible. Mel Gibson, Robert Sean Leonard, Willem Dafoe, John Turturro, Matt Dillon, Rob Lowe, Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, and even Robin Williams. That is
Tom
a who's who.
Cruise.
That is a
I'm
who's who.
surprised.
I know.
Yeah, that's
I
interesting. I
was
didn't know that.
he got
Ah,
casted. Yeah.
okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember when we were talking about who could have played Shaw, and that was pretty much our list. Those people. It's
Yes,
crazy to
yes.
see like they're like fighting
Yes.
for this role here.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, these, I mean, yeah, you would not expect that in this time, and especially with that list of people, and in even the final list here of all these men who were super macho, super
Yeah.
badass, super kick ass, get the girl, and
Mm-hmm.
like now they're here in, full makeup, full dress, high heels, doing makeup better than I can, because I can't do shit. Um, so yeah, absolutely crazy. Even Chi or John, who wasn't as well known at this point,
Correct.
um, took it very seriously. He spent
He
like
did.
weeks or a month or something with like ingrained in the drag queen
Yeah.
culture, trying to learn, and so he obviously really took it to heart, and they wanted to do these roles justice. So
Yes.
kudos
Yes.
to
Yes.
these guys.
Yes.
But I could understand the initial scene where you watch Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes disappear as they are
Mm-hmm.
known and become drag queens right in front of your very eyes, and how that could be so
Yeah.
jarring, and you're like, whoa, 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 what am I gonna
I mean,
watch here? Because
listen,
you're
Wesley
just
Snipes is
not.
Blade. That's Blade.
Yeah, that's Blade.
I'm like, what is going on right now? So, yeah, yeah.
Okay, hey, we have room for vulnerability. It
Okay.
is definitely. Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with being with seeing something different, and your body and your mind saying, "Hey, what is this?" Because it's
Yeah.
different. But it's good. It's good to expose yourselves. Haha. Sorry, don't expose yourselves. Anyway, all right. So we have that opening scene. I think it's a well done scene of just not much else is going on, but just the transformation is just like,
It is a good scene. Agreed. Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Because I mean, because that's what they wanted, right? They wanted, because they could have just started off the movie with them already in drag, right? Because the
Yes,
rest
because
of
you
the
never
movie,
see them again,
exactly,
out of drag. Yes.
yeah, they
So,
never go back and forth. So they did that to give the audience that, as you so well stated, here are your action heroes, and now they're gone.
right.
And so it accomplished what they wanted it to accomplish. So it's a good scene. No matter how it made me feel like I was weirded out, like it was a good scene, 100%,
Yeah.
objectively speaking.
100%. 100%. So they're preparing for this show to become the New York Drag Queen of the Year contest, or they were trying to win it. So we had Vida, Noxeema, and Chi Chi all in this this contest. So if
Chi was barely
well,
in it.
yeah, I don't know what Chi was doing. I mean, she was there. I mean, she
I
she
guess.
she entered. She entered. She entered.
Oh my gosh.
Um, there were a lot of famous drag queens actually in there. You had RuPaul, probably the most
Hmm.
famous drag queen there as last year's winner, showing up in a Confederate dress with 1812 Overture playing in the background. I was
Nice,
like, Jesus
nice,
Christ.
nice.
So she comes in, announces that both Vida and Noxeema won a trip to Hollywood. That is the big thing for a national drag competition where I guess there'll be, I don't know, drag queen of the year in general instead of the New York drag queen. I guess
I guess so.
US
Yeah.
drag queen, I guess. I
Yep.
don't know. I
Yep.
don't remember what they win upside for that. Um, so again, a lot of different moving parts there as far as a lot of imagery, a lot of colors, I mean, the drag culture is like, it really is a world of its own. And I'm not
Mm.
saying like I'm some kind of like expert on it. Like, I enjoy what I enjoy, and I go to drag shows, or I have gone to them. Not like I do it every week or something, but I have gone to
Hmm.
them. And it's just like the amount of effort that they put into it. Even like I like watching RuPaul's drag show because like they just
Mm.
make the most amazing sets and costumes, and they just create an entirely different character for themselves, and like bounce between them, between being in drag and being out of drag, and um exaggerating themselves, but at the same time, I mean, Noxeema is fine, but and they didn't do it here, which I did appreciate it. But sometimes, and this could be some of my ignorance of what I see on TV. Sometimes I
Hmm.
feel like it's just like an exaggerated black woman that they're doing, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's not like a normal person. Like, it's so exaggerated. Sometimes it's off-putting for me,
Yeah.
but you know, it's characters are characters, and whatever it is. But sometimes it just feels like a almost like a caricature, and like damn near like blackface without blackface, like how they used to just like like what I'm trying to say. I hope
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Um, but they didn't do that in this movie, which I appreciated. They were just themselves,
I
and
actually saw a quote from Swayze saying that when he tried doing Vida as a caricature, the role it didn't work, you know.
hmm
So he was definitely very intentional about no, this she has to be a person, he
yeah.
has to make it
Yeah,
grounded
it
and
just
I
felt like
just yeah.
a regular person you'd see down the street. Like, oh, okay. There's those
Mm.
people who are just like fancy pantsy, and they're like, obviously a little bit well off, and you have those folks, and you have those folks who have maybe came from a different situation and they've made it, and then you have those folks who are trying to make it, and they were just very clear characters, but it didn't feel over the top. It didn't feel like they were trying too hard or trying to fit it. It felt like they were a drag queen. So that was,
Yeah.
the authenticity there was nice. So yeah, so Vida and Noxeema win. As they're coming off the stage, they run into little young Chi Chi, who is crying on the staircase for some
little
reason.
little Latin boy, why are you
Little
crying?
Latin boy, why are you crying? Like, little Latin boy, why are you crying? And then she repeated it, little Latin boy, why are you crying? I was like, okay. Because I didn't win. I was like, all right, well, I'm not sure why you're on the staircase, but fine.
Oh
So they take it
gosh.
upon themselves that, I guess at some point someone reached out to them and helped them up. So they were gonna take Chi Chi under their wing and take their tickets, their flights that they won, and sell them, and then buy a 1967 yellow Cadillac convertible so that they could drive to
Hmm.
Hollywood with their
Hmm.
young protege Chi Chi.
Yeah, for me watching this, I was having a little bit of a hard time because I'm unfamiliar with drag culture, right? So even like some of the jokes they were making and the references were just going over my head, and I'm like, oh, I
Yes,
didn't.
yes, yes, yes,
Shit.
yes, yes. That
Oh,
ass,
you had
that
that
ass,
too?
that ass,
Okay.
that ass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
was like, I feel like I should be like more impacted by these names that they're dropping, but I'm like, I
yeah.
don't know that. Like, I
I'm
don't know who that person is. I can't. Like, I started like Googling some of them. I'm like, this is gonna be
I
inauthentic because I'm like I can't.
I know. I couldn't do that too because my internet was down while I was watching the movie.
Oh
Like
shit.
I had downloaded the movie prior, so in anticipation of watching it, like at work or something. But I was at home this morning watching it, and I had no internet, so I couldn't do those searches. And I'm just like, what? I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys think it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
So that
I'm sure
that
it was super
created,
impactful, but I was like, yeah, I don't know
yeah.
who that is.
So that created a little disconnect from me. Like I've never been to a drag show. I hadn't. Well, I guess I had a few opportunities when I was in college because there was a cabaret show downtown. I just wasn't interested. So I just never went. For my brother's wedding, for Jarrell's wedding, they did a drag brunch. I think that was like the day or the day before we flew in, and we were just too tired. We didn't make it. But all I've had is knowing that RuPaul exists because remember RuPaul was huge in the 90s. Like even if you're not watching her show, like the commercials are coming on, so RuPaul, who you couldn't escape RuPaul. And then like Doom Patrol, that was. Have you seen Doom Patrol before?
No, I don't think
It's a
I know
TV
Doom
show.
Patrol.
Yeah, it's a TV show, like a DC TV show thing. But they have like this running thing where these characters in drag keep showing up. So outside of that, and then Risa was watching an episode of Glow Up, and they happened to have a drag episode on. I saw that with her. So yeah,
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm very just limited in the whole drag thing. So that also made it because I'm like, I don't know what the movie. Like, reading some of the reviews after I watched the movie, like some people were criticizing, oh, they didn't do enough, or this wasn't an accurate enough portrayal. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. And then I've seen other people say, oh, this was really good. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. Like, I don't know how to comment because I don't know what drag culture is, So all I can say is what the movie, like what I thought of the movie, how it made me feel. But as far as what they were trying to communicate, like if they were portraying things real, because something I was pointing out was how they never came out of drag. Like that's not realistic, apparently, right? Because you would decompress and take everything off at night, and then in the morning go back. So that was something someone used to like poke holes in the movie. But I'm like, I don't know, man. This is a comedy. Like, I don't think that they were trying to make some grand statement of like, I don't know, of the drag like lifestyle or something, because they alluded, because the movie would have been much darker if that's what they were doing, right? Because like the violence that drag people and trans people like dealt with, especially in that time and still today, that would have been highlighted more if that was something that they wanted to do. And this wasn't that movie, so I don't know. I think it was cool.
Yeah, I think it was fine for whatever it was. I did see that kind of feedback as I was doing research as well of, people saying that this To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, was more the Hollywood watered down version. There was
Mm-hmm.
another movie they referenced that came out a year earlier,
Yes,
Adventures of
Priscilla.
Priscilla, Queen of the
Mm-hmm.
Desert, which was like what they said, kind of a little more dark and a little more of a more realistic portrayal of the drag culture. I haven't seen that one, so I have no
Yeah,
idea
yeah, me neither.
how close it is or whatever. But I think for, an introduction
Yeah,
to the culture in a mainstream thing, I don't think it was, too bad. But again, I am not in it, so I don't know
yeah.
if I don't think it was like bad. And I appreciate, like I said, the big thing that I really appreciated, it just wasn't like I didn't feel a caricature of like a black woman, because
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, first of all, you're like a 20-year-old dude from like Wisconsin. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why do you sound like that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, they made it to Snydersville, PA. Before they made it there, actually, uh, Vida decided to make a quick trip to her hometown, in which she stopped in front of her, I guess, childhood home.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, she pulled up an older woman, presumably her
Her
mother,
mom,
maybe
yeah.
grandmother,
Yeah, it's her mom.
this decides to step out, I guess, recognized her, and immediately shut the door, which was
Disgusting.
pretty heartbreaking. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, that
tough,
sucks.
tough.
That was tough.
And then Vida completely overreacted and destroyed their map.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. She was like, "Oh, well, if I'm not accepted, no one is," and she just fucking, we're all lost now.
I
Fucking
know.
ripped up the map, threw it
Yeah,
off
it's just
the
like
out the
it's
window,
it's
or
not enough that we're figuratively lost. Let's be literally lost as well. All
us
right?
be literally lost as
Yeah,
well.
no,
She
that was
ripped up the
terrible.
map and then went the opposite direction from where she was going. So I don't know what the plan was at that point.
Just head west. Just yeah,
I
until
I,
until
I
you get to a
guess.
fork in the road and you don't know which direction to go. I was like, damn, this is tough. And
This is
you're already
tough.
in an unreliable vehicle. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but they were down for it. They were just like, I mean, Chi Chi was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And Wesley was like, or I'm sorry, Wesley. Noxeema was like, let the winds guide us. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
okay. I guess you become fucking the colors of the wind because you're a drag queen. Because I don't understand that.
Oh
You're
my
still
god.
lost as fuck. There's no way you're getting back over there. But all right, whatever. And that's when they start getting into a little trouble.
Hmm.
So again, we start to slide into start to slide into some of the more negative themes of they were driving and some of these smaller towns, they were not feeling very safe to
Yeah.
stop and sleep. They were very concerned about being attacked, being harassed, blah blah blah. Chi Chi kind of was just like, no, we need to stop, blah blah blah. They were like, listen, you don't get your ass beat. Like, you need to
I
relax.
know. Well,
um,
because you were like, you feel like Chi Chi might be like from the streets or living on the streets or something, but she was doing a lot of dumb shit that was like
yeah.
contrary to her survival. So I'm like, what is going on
Yeah,
right
I don't
now?
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
She was just feeling herself. She was just feeling it, I guess. I don't know
Mm.
what she was doing, but yeah, I think that she'd be like more cautious than both of them. But I guess they're trying to prove that she hasn't been in the life long enough to really
Yeah.
understand. I don't know, but
Or that
again,
invincibility you feel with being young, because they kept talking
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah,
how younger Chi Chi was than the both of them. So yeah, it's
yeah.
just
That's true.
this youth. Hmm.
That youthful youth. So
Hmm.
they conveniently happened to stumble upon in one of the motels they stopped a convention for women basketball players.
I'm sorry. Look,
um
the editing in this movie was not great. There was a lot of like quick, random, like cut to a different scene. Where I'm like, oh my god, like what? Because they're like, oh, it's a basketball convention, and then suddenly Noxeema's out here freaking, crossing people up and dunking the ball, and then they were
yeah.
back to like hanging out at the pool. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like that scene was supposed to get cut, and there's like, oh, but I want to see Wesley Snipes, like, play some basketball. So they trimmed around it. It was just, I don't know. It was not edited very well, in my opinion.
It was a little jarring, It was a little jarring, but also it was funny though. It was like, what the
It
hell
was. It
is
was.
happening?
It
I mean, he
was.
kind of laid it up, but I was like, I wish he had dunked it. Like, I
True. It was a
wish he
layup.
had just like two
Yeah.
hand dunk, just
I
ah.
thought the dunk was coming. It was a layup. I wanted a
That'd have been
dunk.
amazing. I'd have whoop whoop if he did that. But now he just did a little dunk and then like freaking skipped off afterwards. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay,
So
let's
you
pretend you didn't just do freaking white man can't jump. But all
so
right.
I know so I was disappointed, right? Because I really wanted to see, like, I thought it'd been so funny if all of a sudden, instead of Noxeema, we're getting Wesley Snipes, and he's just out there shaking people up and dunking. And, like, I feel like an extended basketball scene, and so, you can't convince me that they did not shoot an extended scene. I'm pretty sure they did, but I would have loved to see in that extended scene. It would have been very funny, just him crossing up all these freaking white ladies and just going way too hard, and then hitting with the skipping and the, oh yeah, I'm just a lady, after the fact. Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, then they somehow so after that they back on the road. They're still trying to get to California, even though I don't know if they know where they're going, but either way, they're heading west, whatever that looks like. And yeah, they're driving through one of these like one road towns
Oh
and they
my
get pulled over by
gosh,
the police and you know,
dullard.
dullard,
It's
dullard.
dullard with
He
an
was
O.
He was really mad about that. They're like, yeah, but it says Dullard. He's like, misprints. He was really, they probably say that shit all the time. Anyway, so Dullard, Officer Dullard, Sheriff Dullard, I think, stops them and immediately asks Vida to come out of the car. She does. Of course, we all know that her driver's license is, what she looks like out of
Freaking Patrick
drag.
Swayze, yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze named Eugene is on her driver's license. So, she's feeling a little kind of scared about that and like, hey, what is this guy gonna do? This is kind of a, they're in this like one horse town with like this random guy in the middle of the night. He pulls her out. He tells her he knows what she wants, and she's like, yeah, I want to go home, or whatever the hell she said. And he's like, yeah, no, I know what you want. He proceeds to pick her up, put her on the hood of his car, and shove his hand up her dress, in which he gets a handful of the dingleberries.
Yeah.
And
get your head off my dick.
Yep. The man in Vida came out real quick.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, the police assaults her, and then
I saw that the reaction that Dollard had on his face was a genuine surprise, because apparently Patrick Swayze, because they're tucking, right, like, in their drag and stuff, so you can see bulges, right? Patrick Swayze had put like a cob of corn under his dress. So when Dollard, I'm dead ass. So when Dollard reached his hand under there, he felt the corn. So that reaction of surprise was 100% authentic. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh man, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
He put a cob of corn under there. Adam, that'd be such a strange feeling. I'd be like,
I know.
what the fuck is this? Well, yeah, I guess it did his job, because he was genuinely surprised. You could see his eyes widen and everything. He gets pushed down and knocked out at the same time. I'm like, all right, man, he's made a paper, because she didn't swing or anything. He just fell down and passed out for like 12 hours.
He staggered back. Like he didn't go down hard at all. He's
not at all.
Out until
he just laid down and passed out. It was weird.
Hey,
I think he just fell asleep.
Dollar's a weird character, right? Because we also ignored the racism that he hit Noxeema with before, So it's like he's racist, he's homophobic, he's a rapist. That's a lot of things, man. Like, that's a lot of things.
Yeah, pick a lane, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh my God. And like, given all those things we just said, like, I don't even feel like he had like a good comeuppance, at the end of the movie. There was no lesson learned for him.
Yeah, there was no justice. I mean, all his like, all the guys, the people on the force know. So I guess, that's like he's embarrassed. But I also feel like he's just gonna go around like murdering freaking drag queens now. He's just gonna become a serial killer for drag queens.
He told them he was gonna bring their corpses back.
That's what I said. I have that note here. I'm like, when a cop says, I'm going to bring 3 corpses back, perhaps you should take his badge and, gun. Perhaps you should.
Yep.
Perhaps, But that's in the real world. Whatever. They just let him walk out the door, saying, yep, I'm going to bring him back.
What if he came back with their fucking heads in a bag? What would they would they have been like, hey, man, I thought you were joking about murdering them. Like, what? No. How about we not joke about murder, police officers? Yeah, that was crazy. Crazy. I thought they were hinting at him being gay. Did you see that?
Oh, he's gay as shit, bro.
Okay.
Like, he went from, like, when he was at the bar exclaiming that they were all drag queens. He went from, like, complaining to, like, almost, like, romanticizing and fantasizing. Like, it was weird.
But nothing came of that scene. So I'm like, why did they put that scene there?
They were just sitting there just staring at him as he was just loudly romanticizing about drag queens. And
then like Virgil sat next to him, and then like homeboy stares at Virgil's head until Virgil says, "You good? Like, what's up?" Like, he wasn't like a serious villain.
No.
Because they were really, I guess the conflict in the movie was more so like them with themselves and the interactions with each other and all that stuff. And even Virgil was a bigger villain than Dollard really was. Like Dollard was just like, I don't know, he was not a serious villain at all. But they kind of tried to play it like he was in the last act with him coming up with the bullhorn and everything. And I don't know. Yeah. His character didn't work for me, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. It was just like they could have gone without that. I don't know. I mean, I think again they were trying to like ease into like this is like some of the harassment that people are dealing with and whatever. And like and then I could sympathize because like when I'm traveling, I'm concerned about like where I'm stopping and like does this feel safe? Am I like is this a weird situation? Not just for my race, but for my sex. So like both are combined. I'm like, damn, I don't know who the fuck is gonna be like, hey, you. And I'm like, ah, shit, you know. So like I could put myself in those situations of like, yeah, I'm trying to make sure if I'm doing a long drive, I'm stopping only at major, well-lit places and not no like, hole in the wall places. And, some people don't have to think about that. But so I I'm vibing. I'm like, okay, I can understand, and that's what kind of makes the movie feel like real. And I'm sure it can be a lot worse than that, but yeah. But yeah, dude was just like a waste, but they could have done without it. I would have liked to not have that scene in it. It didn't really add anything. No. It was just like now he's chasing a freaking glass slipper. It was just dumb.
It was distracting too because when you think about it, Vida thought she killed him.
Yeah.
And outside of that initial scene, well, so the subsequent scene where they were at the next stop and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I killed this dude." They never even thought about that guy for the rest of the fucking movie until he showed back up. So I'm like, you just thought you killed someone. That changes the whole movie. Like you're traumatized, you're scarred, you're trying to cope with, your actions, and you already don't have all the most self-esteem or self-confidence because of your family situation. That takes you down a dark path, and then it's a whole different thing. But they just shrugged it off and was like, whoa, you killed someone. All right, cool. That's weird. And moved on.
That's weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that we get to Snydersville, right? Right. Mm-hmm. The car is broken down as they predicted from the beginning. Didn't make it freaking 100 miles, if that. So, so they get down to Snydersville. Chi-Chi says, "Hey, I can get us a ride," and then proceeds to get us a ride by sticking her foot out, and a random dude in the truck shows up and saves them. Were you getting in that truck?
I don't think they should have. No, that
okay, that's what I thought. I was like, this is questionable.
Very.
But I don't know what else you do. Like the car is broken down. It's the middle of the night. It's a top down. I don't think it had a cover, so I don't know what they were gonna do.
It has to. I'm sure it just felt folded up in the back. Yeah.
I don't know. Like they bought this broken down ass car that the manager of the car dealership told them, "Do not buy this car," which is not normal. They're usually like, "Hey, take your shit."
They're just lucky they didn't get freaking stolen and or murdered because that was very risky, especially given the situation, the encounter they just had. Like, you would think that guard would be up more than that. Well, I don't know. Because apparently Noxeema and Chi-Chi didn't know that Vida was outside getting molested, right? Because when they came out the car, they was like, what happened? I'm like, wait. Were you guys not looking in the rear view mirror to see what's going on? So I guess when homeboy pulled up in the truck, they were just like, oh, wow, how lucky for us.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that is actually a good point. But I mean, I guess in that point, you're so scared because, okay, like, Vida is a white woman right here. So, I mean, they're kind of like the most protected at that point. So, as a black woman and as a Hispanic woman, you're really like, man says look forward. You're kind of like, well, I don't want to get shot. So, I guess I'm going to look forward.
Yeah.
But now I turn my neck around. But like, I gotta see what the hell's happening. I mean, you have like 100%.
The side mirror and the rear view mirror, just like fucking people glancing that.
People guns.
Yeah,
I
I don't
crack
know.
it open. I'm like, I'm looking. I'm 100% looking.
Yep.
Um, all right, so we're in Snydersville, which is like again another like dusty ass town with like dusty ass people in it. I'm gonna be honest. Like everybody looked like they were dirty. The whole
Hey,
town looked like they were dirty. And I
hey,
was like, what the fuck?
listen. I was convinced that Bobby Ray and Bobby Lee were brother and sister.
I mean, I thought
I'm
so. I was
I'm
like, why y'all
still
named
convinced they are actually, but
they're definitely
oh,
related because Bobby Ray and Bobby Lee is just like, all right, bro. Whatever.
I was so confused when Bobby Lee was like trying to hint at who she was into, and I'm like, because the way the scene presented, it was like obvious, like, oh, they're talking about the same person, but I couldn't get there because in my mind I was like, nah, that's Bobby Lee's brother, so they
Right.
can't be talking about the
You
same
can't like
person.
him. That's your brother. Unfortunately, the owner of the bed and breakfast is also being beaten by her husband. Like, there's a lot of themes in here of like
So many
things they just kind
things.
of touched and just
Yeah.
kind of like let it go. Like, hey, nah, just kidding. It was
You
like, what the
I
fuck?
mean, it's a comedy, so you have to lightly touch it and keep it pushing, or else
I
it'll
mean,
drag the whole movie down. And now
yeah,
it's a
I
drama. Okay,
guess.
so
I guess.
that's
I
not
don't
what they
know.
wanted. Yeah,
I
because
see.
these are heavy themes that they're kind of like
They're very
dancing
heavy
around.
themes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very heavy things to just kind of touch and then let go real fast. It's like, by the way, nah, just
Yeah.
kidding. It's
She's
like,
like, the
okay.
boxes fell on my head. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Oh
Like, I'm just
man.
cutting the onions. I'm like, oh, okay.
There's zero onions around, but
So even again at the when they're in the town before she like officially meets Bobby Ray, she's walking down the street and then or down the pathway and then again almost gets accosted by the I guess town men, town
man,
people, town boys. I
the
don't know
the
what they
town
were,
rapist.
but
Like what the
the
fuck?
yeah, the town rapists.
Oh
Yeah, so
my
they were
gosh.
definitely about to like grab her and take her. Like,
Yeah,
holy shit! Again, they're touching on it and like, all right, they're not safe anywhere. Like, damn.
yeah. It's tough, 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 tough. But again, they just kind of touched on it a little.
They just touched on it, and I guess that's when Bobby Ray and Chi Chi decide to fall in love because he saved her from being accosted.
I guess so. I feel like the movie forgot about Chi Chi a little bit during this section of the movie, because I know I forgot about Chi Chi a little bit, because when when Vida and Noxeema were bonding with the ladies, and they went on their ladies' day and all that stuff, like Chi Chi was nowhere around, and I didn't notice until
Oh shit! I don't think I noticed either. I thought she was there.
no, she wasn't. She was not. She was off about to be raped, and then she was hanging out with fucking Bobby Ray the whole
Oh
time.
shit!
So when they cut to her, I was like, oh my god, Chi Chi is not here at all. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, if you look in the background, they were saying that there was some tension between John and Patrick Swayze. Um, they said that Patrick Swayze didn't like that John was kind of doing a lot of improv and not as serious a style
Oh,
as Patrick Swayze was doing. So they had some
interesting.
tension behind, and I don't know if that, maybe that's why maybe the third scene or third act didn't have as many of their scenes together. This is me.
Okay.
This is what they said. I don't know why they didn't do that. Then there was a little bit of a competition. They said there was a competition between Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes. They were trying to compare to see who had the better legs between the two of them, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Uh, but otherwise, it seems like they had a decent enough crew and cast together, except for John and Patrick, which was like the main
So
characters. So,
because I did come across where it said there were some kind of issues on set, but I couldn't find some specific or even concrete, like who it was. Like at one point I saw cast and crew, and then this article I was reading said that people said it was Swayze and Snipes or Swayze and Leguizamo, but it seemed like inconclusive. Like nobody went on record really, at least in what I read, saying what exactly happened. So that's interesting.
All right, so we're fully in the third act. And somewhere in the background, the cop is still kind of looking for him. Not kind of. He's fully just abandoned his job at just looking for these people. He's set up freaking checkpoints.
Yeah.
He's like comparing people to this like hastily drawn thing.
No, the list he had that said, what was it? Places for homos or something?
Yeah.
Places homos go. I was like, damn. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It was a funny list. The list was funny.
So we finally get to the final act, and this is where well, a couple things happen here. One, Chi-Chi tries to steal Bobby Ray in front of Bobby Lee and everybody else. In this kind of white negligee thing. I was like, what the fuck is she wearing outside like that? Like, what is happening?
That was crazy. That scene.
That was crazy.
That whole
first of all, isn't he a kid?
Huh?
Isn't he a kid?
He is, but Chi-Chi, we're supposed to believe Chi-Chi's a kid too. Like, I think, no, when I say kid, like 19 or something like that, you know?
I was thinking Homeboy was like 17.
Who? Bobby Ray? No.
Bobby Ray.
Sure, he's 17, but I'm saying like, it's not like, I don't think Chi-Chi was like in her 20s. I think she was like 18,
Oh,
19.
so you're thinking 18, 19?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's what she
I
was
could eat
supposed
that,
to
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
But no, that whole storyline was, it was very interesting to me, and I was really glad when Vida dealt with it, because at first I'm like, okay, can people tell or can people not tell like that they're drag, you know? And Dollard couldn't tell, but was her name Carol? Like she could tell, Virgil's wife, right? I think it was Carol was her name. She could tell, but so I guess just dudes couldn't tell or something because we're dumb and we just freaking think with our dicks or something. But is that what the movie was trying to say? Because Bobby Ray had no idea. So I'm like, all right, so Bobby Ray doesn't know that Chi-Chi is a man in drag. So like, I'm like, what is Chi-Chi doing here? Like, you just gonna be like, surprise? Like when, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
So Vida pulled her up and was like, listen, there's a code that you can't do what you're doing. Like this boy doesn't know. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know what's going on. So I found that very interesting because I was just curious like how this was going to play out. And then they settled it off screen. Like, what the fuck is that?
I swear Chi-Chi did not tell him that she was in drag, but just tell him like, hey, I'm not a one woman kind of person, or I'm not a one man kind of person. Like she kept mentioning that, you screw one out, you screw another one back in. I have so much men, blah, blah, blah. I don't think she told him because when the cop was shouting it over the foghorn, Bobby Ray was like, wait, man in drag. So like, I don't think he knew he was, what a way to find out, by the way, like Jesus Christ. You're like, wait, am I gay now?
So, hey, listen, right? That's crazy. But so here's something else on Chi-Chi that I saw. Because it was interesting to me when you said that the conflict was between Swayze and Leguizamo because he wasn't taking it seriously. But that's contrary to what I read, that Leguizamo was taking it very seriously. I mean, you even said so where he was like immersing himself in that culture and that world and everything. But I also came across that he was playing Chi-Chi as a transgender. And that was supposed to be, I guess, how Chi-Chi was supposed to be viewed in a movie. And I think, they're doing a remake or they're doing a play, I think, or like a play, something of it. And he's saying or I think he was just saying like if this movie was to be recast today, it would be cast with a transgender person, the role of Chi-Chi. So
okay.
I know, I was like, that's interesting. I didn't get that because apparently Chi-Chi is a transgender icon, is what I saw online. I don't know any transgenders to ask them if that's the case, but that's what I read online, that Chi-Chi is considered a transgender icon. So I did not view, but I mean, I don't know how I would pick that up, but I don't know. Sounds like you didn't pick that up either, that Chi-Chi may have been coded as transgender. So that was interesting.
No. I thought they were all. Well, I thought she was a drag queen, just like Vida
Yeah.
and Noxeema. But yeah, I guess okay. So I guess if you add that element, then what she was trying to do, if she was trying to be like more accepted as a transgender woman, versus a drag queen, which is just
Yeah.
you could be anybody in drag really.
Yeah.
Than that, but yeah, I didn't pick up on that. I thought that she was just you know
Just a
just a
shitty
drag queen
drag
trying to get
queen.
accepted to the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to get good at it. Yeah.
And then at the same time, they're also preparing for the strawberry shortcake. Is it strawberry shortcake or
Strawberry Social.
Strawberry social?
Yeah.
Sorry, strawberry social. Which actually that's not pretty good. I hate strawberries. I don't know why.
Do you really? Oh wow.
I do because they're to me they're the most like they're the biggest liars. Like
Oh
strawberries
gosh.
do not taste like strawberry flavored things, and it just
Okay.
pisses me
Well,
off.
that's not the strawberry's fault. That's freaking
Yes, it
mankind
is. It
engineering
pisses me off,
strawberry into some
bro.
monstrosity.
When I bite into a strawberry, I'm expecting a fruit roll up, and there's no
That's
fucking fruit roll up to be had, and
hilarious.
that pisses me off every fucking
Wow.
time.
All
I
right.
hate strawberries for that reason, bro. It's
Wow.
nowhere
All right.
near. Listen, man.
That's
I don't know
hilarious.
what to tell
All
you.
right. That's sad.
I'm
Okay.
expecting a fucking fruit roll up, and I'm just getting like water. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
No, man. Strawberries have flavor. Like, you're talking about
Ah,
watermelons. Like, ugh.
watermelons are trash too, but either way,
Yeah.
I'm just strawberries piss me off.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm team no melon over
uh,
here.
I see.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So they're preparing for the strawberry social thing, which I guess is a yearly thing they do. Again with the mixture of the drag queens that are currently on site here. Um, everyone's feeling them. It feels like everyone's coming out of their shell. The older woman. I like this. I really like the scene between the older woman and Noxeema.
I did too.
Yeah, it was very sweet and very like, and I kind of showed like you never know what a person is, what a person knows or what they've experienced, and I guess the blend of people coming from different cultures, just being able to like the same thing like we do here. I mean, we come from the same culture, so it don't really count. But if we were like strangers, we're like, yeah, we're strangers or we come from different cultures, but we really love movies and we could talk about them. And
Yes.
they have that cornerstone of things they could talk about with the different actors and actresses from Hollywood. Who knows? That woman might have been like some kind of like famous Hollywood or actress from, the 30s or 20s or something. And, she just randomly moved home when she was done. Who the hell knows,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And it kind of showed Noxeema because she was kind of like the resident, I don't want to say resident bitch, but kind of like fuck all this shit. But then she kind of like
Yeah.
switched up a little and kind of softened up. So I kind of like that, her character arc. I mean, it wasn't like aggressive, but it had enough that I was like, oh, okay, I like that. I had to ask you, so you're gonna hate me, but either way, I'm gonna
Oh
ask,
gosh.
what would, what's your drag queen name gonna be?
Oh my gosh. What the fuck? How am I supposed to do that? Is there like a
You better make it
rule
up.
no? Like what? Is there like the street I'm fucking born on or something? Like, how do you do that? Like what?
Yeah, you know it. You know what
No,
it is.
I don't
It's
know.
supposed to be like your first street and your first pet or something like that.
Can you give me the parameters and then I'll answer the question? Your
Oh, okay.
name is Anya Opal.
Anya Opal.
That's actually not
All
bad.
right.
That's kind of
I'm
hot.
digging it.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
right. I'm glad it
Oh
was
my
worth it
God.
because I was
Oh
getting so
God.
pissed off.
That's not bad. I might have to I have to cut out the blanks, but yeah,
I
I'm gonna
know,
leave
I
that in.
know, I know, I know.
Anya
Anya
Opal.
Opal.
Okay.
Holy
I'm
shit, that's
liking that one.
too funny. Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. I'm gonna email this to you. It's a share your results. I want you to have this forever.
Awesome.
Wow. All right. We're not doing it over for me because that was way too much.
Yeah. All right, so we get to the end here. We got the final scene.
It's the
Uh
final countdown.
Vida finally beat the shit out of what's his name? Chris?
Virgil. No, wait. Who?
Virgil. Shit.
Yeah, Virgil. Yeah.
Yeah, Virgil. Finally beats the shit out of Virgil because Virgil likes to hit women. Don't hit women, it's bad on you. Which he deserved. So he finally got what he deserved. Like
He did.
everybody else got what they deserved except for the cop.
He did.
The cop shows up at the freaking town, yelling that he knows there are drag queens here, and he's not leaving
Yep.
until they're in his possession.
He had a
I guess he wants to
shotgun.
collect them.
He had a
He did
shotgun
have a
ready.
shotgun. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, this man is a terrorist. I don't know why they didn't call the police
He's a fucking
because
menace to society.
he's a terrorist.
Ugh.
Like terrorist at that point. Got a shotgun and a foghorn, just going. Like, okay, man. The town people all come around and say, "I'm the drag queen." No, I'm the drag queen. He's like, "What? No, you're not the drag queen." Like, yeah.
I know. Oh my god, it's funny. That trope has been in so many movies. Like that, no, it's me. No, it's me. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, what if he just killed
I'm the
all of
daddy.
them?
No, I'm the daddy. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah, so he doesn't get what he wants. He pretty much gets laughed out of the fucking town, which is what he deserved, but he should have been beaten, to be honest, for all the crimes he committed at that point.
Yeah.
But, he just gets to go home and sulk, I guess, and I would assume become a murderer because there's nothing else for him to do at that point. But yeah, I think the main themes here are, they found acceptance not only among themselves, Chi-Chi with them, but also the townspeople, the small townspeople where they were thinking that they'd be ostracized and attacked and harassed, from day one. They, a couple people said, "Hey, yeah, I knew that you were
Yeah.
a
She's
drag
like,
queen."
you have a big old Adam's apple. Like,
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I have like women don't have Adam apple. Even though they do, it's just not as
yeah, it's not as
pronounced.
prominent. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hmm.
Actually she did have a nice line that I liked. She said, she was like, "Oh, you knew." She's like, "I know. I'm very fortunate to have a lady friend who happens to have an Adam's apple." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Yeah. And then,
You know what almost I forgot to mention, you know what took me out? When they were arguing and Vida stepped forward and her wig gets snatched, I was dying. I rolled on my bed. I was fucking
so,
dying. First of all, how did it get snatched that hard? It felt like it got snatched from the
like,
ground
what the
because
fuck
it
was
went.
that? Like, what did it? It wasn't just it was just like the light, like a chandelier, right?
Yeah, it was just like a little lamp thing
Their
hanging
fucking
down,
hands and
and
their
it got
fingers on there.
yanked.
Jesus. Yeah, that was
Nah,
wild.
they yanked that shit from the ground, and it was like aggressive as hell.
Yeah, that was pretty well. And so I kind of expected. I was like, "Oh shit, is he about to go fight Virgil with his wig off? With her wig off, like." And no,
Nah,
the
he
wig
threw
was
that shit
magically back on perfectly too.
He put that shit back on.
It's
He's like, "Excuse me."
Nah, man. So your friend's getting her ass whooped. And your wig comes off. You're gonna stop to put your wig back on before going to help her. You're not gonna just keep going.
I mean, they were still trying to like keep up they were still trying to keep up that they were
You're
women
selfish.
and
You're
not
selfish.
drag queen.
You're
Shit,
selfish.
Noxeema was like, "Mind your business." Noxeema wasn't gonna do shit.
No,
Noxeema was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Yo." Noxeema was like, "Yo, she's getting beaten." She's like, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, "Damn, like Jesus Christ." It's
Yeah.
three of y'all against him. Like, I think you'll be all right. But she was like, "Shit, that ain't got nothing to do with me." That's crazy. So we have acceptance. They found a little bit of a family, which, yeah, they need to help out Chi-Chi because she's on the streets. She she's happy about motels that let her keep the mint even though she didn't stay the whole night.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, she's on the streets. There's some empowerment between not just themselves, but the townspeople, the women there,
Yeah.
them just being themselves.
I
And
That was one of the nicest parts about it. When just all the ladies in the town just kind of come into life and socializing in a different way, and the glow ups they all had. That was actually pretty nice. I did enjoy that whole bonding scene and everything.
any
So
final thoughts?
yeah, so I know I said I was weirded out at the very beginning, and there was much trepidation coming into the movie, and it washed away as I was watching. Who the hell is Wong Foo? You know? And I don't know who the hell Julie Newmar, or I didn't know who Julie Newmar was. Like, none of that shit meant anything to me. So it was very distracting to me, because I'm like, I thought I was going to figure out who Wong Foo was. Then I found out that there was a scene explaining who Wong Foo was, and they cut it from the goddamn movie. And that pissed me off after the fact. But overall, I had fun with the movie. I had fun with it. I was surprised at how well those three leads were in the role and how seriously they took it. Because despite it being a comedy, you can tell that they were taking it seriously. Like, I mean, from the time Wesley Snipes did that giggle thing when he became Noxeema in the very beginning, it's like, okay, he's lost himself in the role. And Swayze, I see what they were saying when they said that, they went with him because of that vulnerability, because I could see that where Vida is this strong, like you said, motherly matriarch of the group, and then there were times where she's like uncertain, unsure of herself. It was well done. It was well acted. It was a fun movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know who To Wong Foo is.
Oh,
I thought it was the name of the restaurant owner or something.
so the story is that, so there's an actual picture of Julie Newmar that had that said To Wong Foo. So Wong Foo is saying to this person, Wong Foo, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar, right? So that picture that Vida took is a real picture that was in this restaurant. So that was the inspiration for what's his name? Douglas Carter Bean, who wrote the movie. And I guess the story was, I think Wong Foo was like a bartender or something there, and Bean said that he changed it. He said it's meant to be a metaphor for God. And because you have to thank God for everything. You have to be grateful for life. You just have to stop where you are and say thank you for everything. So a scene was filmed where the characters provided a little more context, but it was deleted. So in the scene, towards the end, Vida says, cynics may say that Wong Foo is a Chinese cook or something, but I know better. I know Wong Foo to be God, however you perceive her to be, and Julie Newmar knew this. Like, that one fucking line, that scene, would have helped me out. So I was really stressed out because I'm like, who the hell is Wong Foo? The movie ended. I'm like, did I miss a scene? Like, so that's pretty cool. That would have been interesting. I don't understand why they cut it, but so that's what who Wong Foo is supposed to be.
Oh, I had no idea. I didn't know that. I know Julie Newmar because that's Catwoman, and I know she was very popular actress in the 60s. And, beautiful woman and stuff. So, but I didn't know the To Wong Foo part and who the hell that was supposed to be. All right, folks. Well, I think that's it for To Wong Foo. Thanks for everything. Let's get to our scoring.
Time to rate. So, for any newcomers, we rate our movies based on 5 categories: plot and writing, acting and casting, production cinematography, music and sound, and cultural impact. Everything is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. Jill, plot and writing, what you got?
For plot and writing, I got a solid 4.
4. Nice. Okay. I gave it a 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, whatever.
What do you have for acting and casting?
I get actor casting a solid 8, 8 out
I
of 10. I
I
thought
did
those
the
guys did a great
same.
job.
Yeah, I did the same. We spoke a lot about how we felt about them. I have an 8 as well. And
Okay.
production, cinematography, what do you have for that? The visuals of the movie.
I have a nice number for that. I gave it a 7.
Okay. I gave it a 5. What did you like about the
Oh.
production, the cinematography of
It's
the movie?
mostly the actual beginning scene. The
Okay.
the beginning scene really drove that number. Other than that, it was kind of drab, but
Okay, yeah.
no, I really like the beginning scene a lot. So
Okay.
that one kind of carried for me.
Nice. Music and sound, what'd you have?
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of. I mean, there was some like
There's some needle
I give it a
drops.
5.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
I did
I
a
give it a
5
5.
as well. Cultural impact, what you got?
Yeah, so I struggled with cultural impact a little bit.
Same. I
It's
don't have a
kind
score
of
yet.
like, yeah, I have a score, but I don't have an answer yet. I have a
So,
number, but I don't like my number.
okay, so let's talk through it, right? So for me, coming into it, my cultural impact, like I was gonna put like a 1 or a 2, to be honest,
Hmm.
because like I said, I've never heard of this movie, and it. But I mean, that was basically the whole thing. I mean, not saying that I know of all movies, right? But um, it has some very famous people in it, and it's just I didn't know a lot about it. So in doing my research, I'm seeing things like how this meant a lot to the LGBT community and how trans people have see Cheech as an icon, and you know all these things, like how it meant for that one sector. So that's like forcing me to like raise my score. I don't know how high to raise it, right? Because it's obvious to me that there is a group of people that value this movie very highly. So how do we rate the movie based off of that? So that's what I'm having a hard time with. Is that the same for you, or is there something else?
Yeah, so I was actually the opposite, and I'm thinking of coming down. So
Mm,
because it's the first of its, I don't want to say the first of its kind, because there's clearly a movie right before it, and I'm sure there's
yeah.
several movies throughout the throughout movie
Hmm.
history, but it was the first movie with those three with major actors like that, and then the way they took the role on with it not being like a joke. I mean, it was a comedy, but they didn't take
Hmm.
their role as a joke.
Yeah.
So I started out with like an 8, but then I'm thinking of like, yeah, it is a first of its kind, cool, but it's not a movie that's referenced or known very much. Like you said, you've never heard of, not, you haven't even heard of it. It'd been one thing if you
Yeah.
heard of it, you just never watched it, but you never even heard of it. I
Yeah.
have. I don't know how the hell. My mom probably.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of it, but yeah, it's not a movie you hear very often at all. Like,
So
yeah.
it
So,
uh go ahead.
okay, well, whatever.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with 6.
Oh, okay. So I overshot you because I'm gonna go with a 7. Well,
Okay.
I was between a 6 and a 7, to be honest. Don't say
Okay.
it. um, because I'm like, not because I'm not a part of that community doesn't mean that a movie isn't impactful, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm gonna put a 7. I'm gonna put a 7. So which is funny.
All
So we
right.
both average out to a 6 overall for the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's about how I feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like groundbreaking, except for like the beginning scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty predictable, pretty like
It
they're
was,
gonna
yeah.
win, everyone's gonna like them, and everyone's gonna come together. Like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
They
might have given it a higher score if they actually dove a little bit further into like the crap that was happening, like the attempted
yes.
rapes, the attempted assaults,
Yeah.
the um, they dove in a little bit into that, and we got that kind of side. I probably would have given it a higher score, but they kind of just danced around it, and it was just like, oh, okay, now we're picking strawberries. Like, oh, all right. So,
yeah, and then the pretty woman Chi-Chi, because she would turn around to win the whole thing at the end of the movie, which I'm like, she wasn't even entered in the fucking competition. She was just coming to hang out with y'all. So that was weird.
I guess they convinced her. I guess they convinced the people.
I guess.
Yeah, let her in.
No, she didn't clear. She did not make it. She was supposed to clear regionals before she can make it to nationals. So
first of all, this is not the spelling bee. Relax, okay?
Oh shit. Okay. Really quick,
relax.
Really quick before we go, I'm gonna speak to the test, so you're not the only one with the name. And my name
does that count?
Is Omari. Survey says Marie Monroe. That's my name.
Yeah.
Yours is better.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Okay. All right. Well,
Marie Monroe is cool, though. oh, shit.
Oh, my God. That'll do it for our Real Talk and Banter on To Wong Foo. Thanks to everything, Julie Newmar. To connect with us, to give us some feedback, or just say hello, email us at realtalkbanter@gmail.com. That's REEL banter@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
And this is Anaya Opal. Wait, did I say right?
No, it's Anya Opal. God. Oh my gosh. I don't.
Anya Opal here, telling you to drag on. I don't know. I think we fall through that. I'm sure we fall through that. Drag on. Flame on, like drag on. Okay.
Flame your hot man. All right, turn this.